detergent. I personally do not prefer to make my own dishwashing dish soap, like my stuff for my dishes, because I am really weird about being chemical free and on stuff that we might be ingesting off of. And so like when you read the outside label of the super washing detergent, it even talks about, you know, don't get it on your hands. If you ingest any of it, call poison control. I mean, obviously in your dishwasher, it's in a very, very, very small amount, but still I prefer just to go with the Young Living because I know that it's not filled with chemicals. So I'm really kind of, you know, unique about that. But you might want some super washing liquid if you're going to possibly make your own laundry soap. Again, I mean, I prefer to go with the Thieves laundry soap from Young Living, but if you're gonna make your own, that might be an ingredient that you want to get at the store. So another Young Living hack for you for your Sensory Rewards is if you decide to get the Orange Blossom Facial Wash, okay, I think this runs about $41, 41 PV. And so what we do is we take 2 tablespoons of this and we buy foaming hand soap pumps. I buy these in bulk from Life Science Publishing or Abundant Health or Amazon. You are going to get these cheaper on Abundant Health. So what I recommend with Abundant Health is because their shipping is kind of extravagant. It's like a minimum of $14 in shipping no matter what you buy. I try to go all out when I place one big order with them every couple months. So I buy several of these. You can see them up on my top shelf even. I still keep extras just even for my family. And so when you do about 2 tablespoons of this Orange Blossom Face Wash in the bottom, mix it with distilled water, this lasts me for months. Like I put one in my shower, I put one by the sink when I wash my face in the evenings. So I make 2 of these at a time. One goes in the shower, one goes at my sink. And that you will usually get 4 to 5 of these out of one of these, about 4. I'd say definitely a good solid 4. So again, 2 tablespoons, fill this with distilled water, shake it up. And that is how I extend my Orange Blossom Facial Wash, and I love it, okay? It also, keep in mind, when you're buying stuff like this for 41, and let's say you wanna bump up to 100 PV for that month, you're gonna have at least 4 facial washes, which makes these translate to about $10 a piece, which is what you're gonna spend on toxic-filled chemical crap from the store. So not only am I going non-toxic, but I'm going non-toxic for the same price. That's a no-brainer. And then I might add $60 PV worth of stuff. Because remember, on Essential Rewards, there's always that free oil at 100 PV. So I always, at a minimum, make sure that every, like my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my mom, and myself, we all hit at least the 100 promo tier so that we get the free oil at 100, okay? The other thing, the other hack that I wanted to show you, there were a couple other things, is something like our Animal Sense ointment, actually, which is for animals, great for irritated skin on animals. But I had a history of psoriasis, which I don't have anymore because I am paleo now, which is another story for another day. But when I was really flaring, you're able to use this as a human ointment as well. It's only $12 for a huge jar of it. I mean, our rose ointment is the same base. You can see I've used a lot of it. Our rose ointment is the same base, but it has rose in it and it smells different. So it's a little different. And the rose I like to keep for my hands that are dry and cracked in the evenings, where this is something I can slather on my feet at night if my feet are really, because I don't like to use chemical-filled petroleum jelly. I don't use petroleum jelly on myself or my kids. So I like to use something like this instead. And as you can see, I use it pretty heavily and it's not expensive. So that is why I prefer to keep a jar of Animal Sense. Plus I know I can use it on my animals. So that's another hack as well. Oh, going back to the foaming pumps, the other thing, all of the shampoos, all of the body washes for my kids, the Kids Sense body wash, the Kids Sense shampoo, not exactly cheap. Now, if you're gonna compare it to something that's non-toxic in the store, like California Baby, it's the same price, but when you put it in a foaming pump, you're gonna get so much more out of it. Now, you do have to pump a lot, but you're still saving a ton of money. I have had my Kids Sense shampoo and my Kids Sense body wash for a long time because there's more weight. You only need, again, maybe 2 tablespoons at the most. Fill this with distilled water, and then I label it and stick it in the shower or the bathtub for my kids. So that's another frugal way that I love, love, love to extend our non-toxic chemical-free products. That just makes me so happy. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about are the basic, there's a couple oils. Like when you get started, the other thing, like I said, is you're gonna start working through each month adding an oil to your order. If you're gonna be using lemon, that's something that I say go back and get a 15 ml of it after your kit. It's wonderful for getting grease off of glass. It's and just different things. You can get gum out of pants with it. So this is a great extra oil to keep a 15 ml on hand. The second one that I think everybody should refill pretty quickly is your Thieves. Obviously, we do an immune support roll-on every single day, but if you want to make like your own Thieves foaming hand soap for the kitchen sink, this is another oil that you're going to have. And then Purification, obviously, is another one for odor control, different things around the house. And in the summer, what I want to remind you is start purchasing citronella in like January. This frequently goes out of stock in the summer. And so this is something that we use in our outdoor pest annoyance spray. I use it to make my own outdoor candles in the summertime. And so I have my own glass jar candles in the summer that I have a soy wax that I buy and make my own candles for outdoors. And that is really, really nice to have on hand with some Purification as well. So again, as you build up your supply of oils through your ER order each month, you know, you make these things and then it takes a while to go through them. It's not like you're going to be making them again right away. So for example, in the winter, I make a very small jar about this big of a chest rub for my kids and for myself and my husband that, you know, provided anything, you know, were to happen in the winter. We do some coconut oil base and some eucalyptus and some lemon, lavender, and peppermint in this. And so I like to keep that on hand. I actually keep it in the fridge most of the year, just so that it's, you know, I just like to keep a lot of stuff in the fridge. And so, but anything with coconut oil melts at 72 degrees. So I like to keep, some of this, like I said, in the fridge, and then during that season, I'll pull it out and leave it on the bedside. And you could even go smaller than this, guys. Think about how often you buy that chemical-filled product at the store, and after a couple years, it's obsolete and you throw it away because you've only used it like one time, and you can still use this like on the bottoms of the feet of your children if they're 2 or older. As an adult, we put it on our feet. So again, this is just one of those products that you make that you could probably put it in a lip balm tub and still have enough for the most part to get you through winter. Unless you're like I said, especially if you're doing Thieves for immune support, you should be good. But a 2 ounce jar is plenty to make something like that. So we replace those kinds of items. So these are the recipes we're going to be giving you over the next couple days. Everything from body butter to cleaner, like I said, to we know that the Thieves cleaner is your main cleaner, but then talking about some specialized items that you buy that cost a lot of money that you can just make with your oils. So I wanted to at least go over the supplies you are going to need and just some of the hacks that I use to make things last longer, which I'll be sharing in each video as we go. So I hope this helps you understand how to maximize your Essential Rewards orders to save you the most bang for your buck out of your budget at home.